Hey, Daw-Chih here. You're watching Tech Founder Journey Episode 4. Today I want to talk a little bit about my product. What have I been building? My product is called Unaa. Unaa is a power tool for video creators to make better thumbnails and titles. Why are thumbnails and titles important? Because they're the first thing your viewers see. They basically decide whether they want to watch your video in about a second. And that's why thumbnails and title are so important, because that's the first thing they see. So how to make them attractive and attention grabbing is the key to the views you will get. One day I was talking to a buddy. He's running a very successful YouTube channel. We got into this very interesting conversation about A/B testing and YouTube. That was the light bulb moment for me. Ding, ding, ding. So I did a little bit of market research. I found out there are a few companies that are doing A/B testings for YouTubers. And I realized, oh, maybe there's a market gap here. It aligns with my interests so well because I love the creator space. And one of my personal heroes, Casey Neistat. I was a little lost and didn't really know who I was and what I was doing 10 years ago. I was an international student in the States, and when I found his videos on YouTube, I was like, wow, this is cool. I can relate to this guy. And he sort of gave me this idea that being different is okay. And there are so many creators out there sharing their lives, their views, and what they see, what they learn online, so people can take inspirations from them, or just to have a sense of belongings. I think that's very powerful, and I feel like that's a very important outlet for voices in the world. So I feel very connected to the creator space. So this idea of marrying A/B testing to the creator space, I just loved it. And when I heard Mr. Beast spend $1,500 on a thumbnail, I knew there's a problem. So after a little bit of researching about the market and the companies that are doing A/B testing, and just to run a little survey to see if people are interested, I decided to jump into it. There are about 3 layers of considerations when it comes to a good A/B testing framework. I think about this a lot. The first level is, can you make it random? It's the most fundamental and the basic requirement of A/B testing. When you're running an A/B test, you want to know the data you're collecting is reliable. When we talk about random, it's not random. We want to make sure that the data we're collecting is unbiased. For example, you're running a test on a fashion video. You don't want to be collecting data from group A, who loves fashion, and group B, who doesn't like fashion. Then this data is obviously not reliable. That's why we want the distribution to be very random, regardless of where you are, what you do, what's your interest, and how old you are, things like this. You want it to be randomly, normally distributed. That's the foundation of an A/B test. The second level is whether you can trust the data. After you run your randomized test, now you collect all the data that you need to make a decision. Can you trust the data? And this is where it gets a little tricky, because you can definitely make a decision from raw data. If you have a test result in front of you and saying group A has a 20% conversion rate and a group B with a 5% conversion rate, which one would you choose? Group A, right? But is it really that obvious? How do you know that the group A was doing better? Not because of an event that happened. There's always this uncertainty about data. And the third level is how quickly you can get the test result. Running an A/B test is an investment. Just imagine you're running 2 versions and one is doing better, one is doing worse. On average, you're doing worse if you just pick the better one at the beginning and never run the A/B test. This is an investment to buy you assurance. The longer the test lasts, the more you are investing. So it's very important to minimize your investment by shortening or find a sweet spot where you can get significant data as soon as you can. So when I look at all these 3 levels, and look at what's on the market. I know there's a room for a better tool in the creator space, and that's what I'm building. So let's talk about Unaa. The website is unaalab.ai. Sign up and you can start using all the features right away for free. How to use it? Link your channel, select your video, and start running an A/B test with the test duration of your choice. It could be days, it could be hours. After the test is complete, you will see the detailed analysis and prediction, which version is your winning thumbnails or title. And with Unaa, we have all the best practice for all the levels that we just talked about baked in. So we make sure the data sampling is randomized and trustworthy, and we run a statistical model to measure the raw data and make sure we give you the most reliable result. On top of that, you don't have to wait for weeks to get your test result. You can basically decide every day or every hour. Whenever there's a data come in, you will see the chance of winning and the risk you're exposed to at the point of time when you're making a decision. So you can make decisions whenever you want with your appetite of risk. And this way you can make timely, data-driven decisions. And that's the beauty of Unaa. So if you're interested in trying Unaa, we're now in public beta. You can sign in today and get a 30-day free trial. And I'm always looking for feedback. I want to be helpful. I want to make sure I'm building something valuable to all the creators. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Ciao.